The Midnight Who Extra, and tonight we're going to be reviewing the 4th episode of Doctor Who Series 10, which is a creepy, haunted house story that's a little bit different from Hyde, which is a good thing. And it has a very interesting message in it, also. But yeah, so the episode is basically about Bill and her friends renting a house that is affordable, very affordable, which is already a little bit suspicious, and a very creepy landlord who just pretty much appears out of the middle of nowhere. First off, the landlord. He is creepy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He is a very creepy kind of villain of the week. He just kind of pops in, very calm, very kind of non-threatening in a way, but you get kind of like put off from him in a way, but that makes him really intriguing. Like you really wonder what his motives is. And I like that. I really like the villain of this week, and yeah. But first off, the Doctor is very suspicious, which is of course like the Doctor. He's very suspicious of like, you got the house this cheap, there's something wrong with it. And of course I like how you also see Bill and the Doctor's relationship, it's continuing, but also the Doctor is trying to intervene so much that Bill wants him to just go away. Please Doctor, let me have a little bit normal. Which also makes me think, wow, the Doctor is so intrigued by this that he doesn't even notice that Bill is just wanting him to go away so she can have some normal time with her friends. And I did like, though, how the Doctor was called grandfather by Bill, so Bill referred to him as her grandfather, which I thought was funny. So basically, to her friends, she has a very eccentric, crazy, old man grandfather, which I thought was funny. And yeah, the Doctor's a grandfather, but he's always kind of like a fatherly figure and a grandfather, so I like how you bring that back up. Let's see, what else about the episode? Well, was it creepy? Yeah, in some parts it was very creepy. Definitely where you hear the sounds. It's a very sound episode, so you hear knock, 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 knock everywhere around, or the creaking of the floorboards. And you're like, okay, this is actually a little creepy, but it's not too creepy. You know, it's a very nice mix between overly creepy but not too creepy. Honestly, the only thing that scared me was the people being enveloped by alien bugs. That actually kind of terrified me. I don't know why, but that was the one part of the episode that actually kind of scared me a little bit, because it was like, ooh, holy bugs around them, ooh. But yeah, the house is made, if you can't tell, by alien bugs. Yeah, alien bugs within the walls. That's a great Doctor Who concept alone. But of course, these bugs come in like it's a giant army of bugs that just swarm them, and these bugs. So yes, the bugs are basically, they make up the house, and their main goal is they take the people and kill them. That's what the bugs do. Yeah, that was a fun villain, but the biggest creepy part is that the people, like some of them get sucked within the walls, and you saw that in the episode. I was like, yeah. So this episode presented a lot of like horrifying images, I think, more than actually providing horror stuff. And that was kind of creepy, seeing people in a wall and people being enveloped by bugs. So the two creepiest parts of the episode were that. Now let's talk about what were the landlord's motives. Well, those motives of the landlord was more that he was protecting his, big spoiler here, I'll give you a couple seconds, his mother. His mother had this condition, it looks like, that she turned into like a wood type creature, so she's made of wood, and he just wants to protect her, make sure she's safe. And I did not see that coming. Honestly, this episode was very good at kind of making you trick you a little bit, but I actually did think it was like his daughter for some reason. For some reason I thought it was his daughter for some reason, but once you start hearing the dates, like 70 years and all that, they're like, okay, maybe there is something up. And when they finally did reveal it, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I like how the landlord's motives were actually just to protect his mother. He was also very unsympathetic to the people who he brought in and ended up killing them. But in a way, he was just trying to save his mom. So was he really that bad of a character? A bad character villain type of thing? Or was he just trying to save someone? Yeah, it's hard to weigh it. But honestly, he just wants his mom. And that's actually quite sad, in a way. He just wants his mom. And I like how the Doctor tells, the wooden person, the wooden woman thing of the week, to just, you're the mom, he's the son, go and do it. And she tells him off, go see the world, and then, you know, the end happens. But, you know, I like it. I just thought that was a very clear and concise thing. Now, this also brings why the landlord did not want anyone to go in the tower, because that was where his darkest secret was. Yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty much the episode. One of my favorite parts, though, of the episode was definitely at the end, where the house is just gone. It just gets evaporated by the bug creatures. And the Doctor just says, well, too bad. Better find a new place, and he just walks off. I'm like, I don't know why, but I like that version of the Doctor. He's just like, okay, well, I saved the day. Bye, I'm out. I'm like, okay, really, Doctor? Wow, you're really nice to Bill and her friends. Lock them in, which was kind of cool. The bugs control the house, and they lock them in. In that scene where, you know, with, I think it was Paul. Yeah, it was Paul. And they're like, knock, knock, and they think, oh, he's just playing with them. And then he's not. Then he thinks he's just playing, then they knock, 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 they think he's just playing a game, and then bam, everything goes to just craziness with the doors closing and the shutters and all that. It was a great scene. I really liked it. Just because of how creepy, that was the creepiest part next to the bugs and the people dying and all that part. That was it. I think the biggest thing that made this episode scary, now that I think about it, is definitely the sounds. I love good sounds in an episode. I don't know why. That makes an episode a little bit more creepy. But also, yes, this episode, in a way, was a little bit slow to start, but it built up a mystery that felt very like a classic adventure. Because you didn't quite know what was happening till the very end, and I liked it. Because they didn't reveal too much too soon, and that was always nice. Let's see. Overall, I liked this episode. I really thought it was a very strong debut episode from Mark Bartlett, who wrote this episode. And I cannot wait to see what this guy brings back to the Doctor Who world. He is very good at what he did. He wrote a very solid Doctor Who story that was a little bit scary, but a little bit not. And overall, I would definitely give this episode probably an 8 out of 10. A very enjoyable story, and with a very intriguing villain. But that's not all this episode gave us. We got a little bit more about the Vault, and now it's starting to make me question what is in the Vault. And there's an interaction between the Doctor and what's ever in the Vault, and I cannot wait till we finally find out what's in it, because they're just raising the stakes. And now that I think about it, Nardole was in this episode, yeah, for about 12 seconds. Yeah, Nardole was in this episode, but I think next week he's going to finally have a stronger role in the series, and I'm actually excited to see him go on an adventure with the Doctor. So yeah, there you go, that's the episode review. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Tell me your guys' thoughts on this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.